Yo, what's good, y'all boys, man? Mool again. I'm back here with another vid. This is the final day before 100 days in a row. I didn't think I'd end it off like this, but we here. Why Doechii has suddenly become hated. If y'all don't know, man, Doechii probably the worst rapper of all time. She's definitely up there. She gotta be top 5 worst of all time.
After 2024, everyone with a passing interest in music most likely knows of the name Doechii. Yeah. Emerging from Florida and backed by both TDE and Capitol Records, this breakout MC of last year accomplished a lot without even formally releasing a debut album due to the project that made her name being classified as a mixtape. Along the way, she won Grammys.
Industry plant, man. Doechii won a Grammy. Like, bro, I'm not going over this again.
And landed one of the year's top-selling songs with her viral hit Anxiety, ranking as the 10th best-selling track of the year. Plus, she got support from some major names in the
10 best song of the year, probably because industry plant, nigga. And on top of that, no one was really dropping 2024.
And even Kendrick Lamar, who literally said that she was the hardest rapper in the game. With all that going on,
and that's not even, that don't mean nothing.
Who literally said that she
Kendrick saying you the hardest out, that don't mean nothing, bro. He listened to Not Like Us and said this hard, so does that mean anything, bro?
Was the hardest rapper in the game. With all that going on, you'd think that the sky was the limit for Doechii, but it's not that simple. While her first official major studio record is allegedly around the corner, the problem is that she might have already been written off by some of the audience that was supposed to propel her to greatness. As after such a big year and a few controversial moves, she's encountering a whole lot of hate. Yes. The question is, will this kill off her momentum just when it's starting to build? Or will she shut down the doubters and prove that the infamous industry plant label they constantly tag her with couldn't be further from the truth? It's your boy Luesta, and this is why Doechii is
She's an industry plant, bro. She deadass came out of nowhere. She was on I didn't know she was on an XXL cypher in like 2023 or some shit, okay?
Now, coming up against a lot of animosity is nothing new for Doechii. In fact, as she recalled during an interview with The Breakfast Club, the entire character was created as an armor.
What's that mean?
Doechii?
Yeah.
Okay, I used to get bullied a lot. I'm gonna rush through it. I used to get bullied a lot, and it was really bad. And so one day I was like, you know what? I'm sick of this. I'm gonna die one day, and I want to die being myself, being happy. So forget all of that other stuff. And then I think early on I was branding myself early, and I didn't know it. And I woke up one day and I was like, forget Jayla. I'm Doechii. And then I went to school in a tutu, and I started doing music.
What age was this?
6th grade.
Oh, 6th grade.
Yeah, 6th grade.
Yes.
And I've been Doechii ever since.
From her early years, Doechii always aspired to be something more. And in videos she posted when she was just 16, she made it clear she believed that with enough drive, anyone could manifest the future they dreamed of.
Hi dolls, it's Doechii, and today's video is going to be an encouraging video.
Wow, she was on YouTube, bro. Okay, she was a YouTuber in like 2015, 2016, trying to make it. But she didn't. Like, she's an industry plant. I'm not trying to do that shit.
Why anything's possible. I know it sounds cliche, but it freaking is true.
This is one of the countless videos that chronicle Doechii's early years of developing her persona, all of which contributed to where she's at today. And while many people feel like she emerged from nowhere, considering how much exposure she had in 2024, these windows into her early career prove that this has been a lengthy process. The end result is the Doechii we see today, an alter ego that lives inside the girl from Florida named Jayla, giving her the confidence and edge to thrive in the world of hip-hop.
My alter ego I would describe as the highest form of myself, powerful, confident, fearless swamp girl who's just in her bag and she's on and in a flow. And I think I'm only not being that when I might have moments where I might allow doubt to come in. I might have moments where I wake up and I don't feel as confident. My alter ego is really me at my best.
But make no mistake, this didn't happen overnight. In fact, she had to go through some pretty hard times before achieving the status that she's obtained today. For a while, she didn't even have a place to live while pursuing her dream.
Yes!
That setback came when she traveled to New York for an audition on the reality show The Voice, only for everything to go completely left.
I got an audition with The Voice. That brought me from Georgia to New York.
Okay.
And I didn't make the audition and I didn't have enough money to go back. So
you didn't make it? Like you didn't get there?
I didn't get it. I didn't make it in The Voice.
Okay, what did you perform?
I think I did an original song. They were looking for songwriters.
Oh, okay.
I did an original song. I didn't make the cut, and I didn't have enough money to come back.
Okay.
So I had to stay in New York.
Where were you staying though? Like with a friend at a hotel?
It was kind of like every night I just had to figure it out. So one night I would stay in Jersey with like my mom's friend who she knew, and then I would like get booked at another show. I got booked the day after I did The Voice.
Okay.
So for that night, like after The Voice, I slept at a McDonald's. I kept meeting people along the way and just basically like homeless.
And while people might claim that she's a pawn for record labels today, winning a contest like that would have made that undeniably the case. Along the way, she's faced other stumbling blocks. At one stage, she's even shared the news of her losing her job.
So I got fired today. I don't do. Either way, I'm gonna be straight.
Yet, instead of dwelling, she planned to hit local studios and ask for internships.
I'm just gonna go to a whole bunch of like studios, ask if they have any internships open, and also just like ask questions. Like, I don't fucking know. At this point, I have nothing to lose. I literally have nothing to lose. I have no place. I have no job. I have no children. Who gives a fuck? Who cares? Who cares? I'm just gonna do it. I'll let you know how that goes.
But this departure from a 9-to-5 in retail turned out to be the push she needed to fully devote herself to music. And soon, she found the book on the street.
And I just started this book. Okay, so it's called The Artist's Way. It's by Julia Cameron, and it's a spiritual path to higher creativity. And I know that sounds like a lot of like hoopla, but it's what it says here.
Isn't there a video of her on Twitter? There's this video of her and like a nigga, and the nigga had the gun to her head, and she was like, "Yeah, pull the trigger, I trust you." And like, I don't know, the nigga like turned, I don't know what he did, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Like, this bitch is retarded.
Flashback.
I can't defend her, I'm not gonna lie. But niggas pulled up old clips. What the fuck, my nigga?
What she discovered was known as The Artist's Way, a spiritual path to higher creativity, a 1992 self-help book by American author Julia Cameron, a body of work which preaches that the refusal to be creative is self-will and counter to our true nature. Doechii pursued this and began truly grinding in 2019. She started doing coven music sessions, where she dropped new songs and early versions of what would later become her biggest hit. Then came Yucky Blucky Fruitcake from her debut EP, Oh the Places You'll Go, which blew up on TikTok and officially put her on the map. Soon, she signed to TDE in 2021, following a feature on Isaiah Rashad's What You Said, doing so with a whole lot of fanfare from those who had watched her journey. The first female MC to ever grace their roster, Doechii insisted that she understood it was an honor.
How does it feel to be you're the first woman rapper on TDE?
Yeah.
How did that feel? I mean, there's a lot of dope ass rappers on TDE.
It is. It's a lot of pressure, but it's good pressure that I put on myself because it's like such a dope legacy. Like, it's TDE. They're like, that's hip hop. Like, real rap. That's hip hop.
Soon, she sprung into action with tracks like Persuasive and Crazy, leading to her inclusion in the XXL 2022 freshman class, alongside other upcoming names like Nardo Wick, Sofego, Babyface Ray, Cochise, Big Scar, and more. But what people might not remember is that back when she was an unknown commodity, not everyone was completely sold on her as they are today. In a clip that has been resurfacing as Doechii became a star, Kai Cenat once roasted her on his live stream.
Tried to read me. I'm on chapter D and y'all still on the pretense. How? Black bitch eat.
God damn! I got 850s on. I ain't gonna lie, she doing her thing right now, but god damn!
Nah, that shit was trash.
You can obviously tell that.
I don't even remember that thing too. I just found that out a few months ago. She was on a 2022 Cypher. The only thing I cared about in 2022 Cypher was Sofego, nigga. That was just redemption, nigga. Cause that nigga wasn't dropping music. And he's still not dropping music. Like, holy shit, this nigga Sofego had the biggest... Sofego is like the D Rose of like the underground or just music in general. You know what I'm saying? Like the biggest what if. Except he didn't get injured, except he just fucking sucks, nigga. He just got lazy and didn't drop anything, bro. So then when he does drop something, it's not that good because he still thinks it's 2021. Like, it's like he's stuck in a time capsule like fucking Captain America. Like, holy shit, he still thinks it's 2021. He still thinks he could just make the same fucking music. It doesn't work like that, bro. You can't do that.
Highly, heavily inspired her, but she's doing it in her own way. Like, her flow is Nicki Minaj, but the way she's delivering it is very, I was on the deep and she came into pretend. With a side, with a Nicki Minaj, with a die, 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 99.
But for the most part, the wider world first got acquainted with Doechii on What It Is, Block Boy, a track featuring Kodak Black, which in hindsight, many people didn't realize she was behind, reflected in comments such as this one that stated, "I've been hearing this song everywhere, never looked it up. Never knew it was Doechii." Shortly after that, things continued in the right direction, with Doechii crowned Rising Star at the Billboard Music Awards in 2023.
Thank you guys so much. I just want to thank my team, TDE.
It's not even real,
SZA, my dancers. This is a special night for me, because I just want to win something. Like, I just want to win.
Thank you guys so much for everything. This is the same award that Nicki Minaj won, Lady Gaga won, Janelle Monáe won. So this is a huge, huge stamp.
Lotto.
But initially, this didn't ring any alarm bells. After grinding since 2019, a talented artist was rightfully getting the recognition she deserved. And after the Billboard Awards, she actually predicted her future in an interview where she said that she would want to be at her peak in 5 years. Because whether she truly knew it or not, the project that catapulted her into the mainstream was just around the corner. But for all the success it brought, the newfound fame provided the most amount of scrutiny that she'd ever received in her life. The project that changed everything for Doechii, in both a positive and negative sense, was Alligator Bites Never Heal, a sprawling, genre-hopping mixtape released on TDE, which came together like nothing she had ever made before. Curating it, I went into the intention of context. I felt like it was necessary for me to tell my story in detail, and in many different ways, through many different beats. A record which gave us an in-depth look at Doechii's psyche. It was renowned for its honest lyrics and eclectic production. She even opened up on Denial Is a River, where she called out her label for trying to get her to write TikTok songs.
That
she
song
later
was
explained
so
in Her Lips
ass,
a River,
bro.
where she called out the whole project was about figuring that out in real time. The first mixtape released by TDE since J-Rock's Black Friday in 2010, the project got a whole lot of critical praise coming out of the gate, but ultimately it underperformed commercially at first, peaking at number 124 with 11,000 records sold. And immediately, some people got suspicious when they felt like it wasn't keeping with the level of support they saw for the project online. But Doechii's time floating on the edge of the charts was about to end, thanks to a masterclass in marketing. After strategic performances on platforms like Tiny Desk, Genius, and Stephen Colbert elevated her profile and proved that she was a dynamic performer, Doechii also received some of the most valuable cosigns anyone could ask for. To begin with, Kendrick Lamar declared she was the hardest out on one of his rare IG stories, something which she unsurprisingly lost her mind over.
Oh, God.
Kendrick said you the hardest out.
He did.
How did that make you feel?
That was great. It's Kendrick. I was like, goddamn. He didn't say she hard. He said the hardest out.
That's right.
Yeah.
Period.
You know damn well you're not the hardest out, man. Kendrick heard that motherfucking I Am music. You don't fuck with you.
Like she was actually ready to appear on a track alongside him.
Like your debut is gonna come at some point. You're kicking ass right now. Just from the sound of your shit, sonically, I would expect to hear Kendrick, but I know that's not how things work. Is there an assumption that Kendrick would feature on your debut project because of your style stylistically and because of your close proximity
I'm
and
gonna say
labels?
this. I don't assume anything.
There
And
we
I
go.
also don't feel entitled to a Kendrick feature, but I would absolutely love that. Like, that's the goal. But I'm gonna be real, I don't think I have I would absolutely.
This is some nigga's ghost, bro. This nigga is fucking ugly. This gotta be edited. Yo, I swear this gotta be edited, bro. Yo, if this is edited, then this gotta be edited, bro. Holy shit, this nigga's chop shit.
Really love that. Like, that's the goal. But I'm gonna be real, I don't think I have the record right now for that opportunity. I think I would have to come a certain way, and I don't think I'm ready for it.
Nah,
I love that.
But she didn't take the same approach when she was provided with a seal of approval from Tyler, the Creator, a man she referred to herself as a super fan of. They collabed on Balloon from Tyler's Chromacopia, with the former Odd Future leader also saluting her on her creativity during his latest encounter with Nardwuar.
And you got Doechii on there. Doechii.
Genius. Love her.
Won a Grammy.
She's an alien.
How'd you discover Doechii?
I came across Doechii. Someone on YouTube recommended, and it was a Catfish record, or it was a Nissan Altima, whatever. It was like short. I was like, oh, what is this? I was like, damn, this girl pretty as hell. Like, click this, and I clicked it, and I was like blown away, and I just kept going and kept going and kept going. I was like, oh my God, and then I DM'd her like, yeah, I'm gonna need you in a few months or whatever, and then we linked, and like, yeah, she's incredible.
Man, this nigga ain't care about the music, bro. This nigga just wanted to tap that shit. Doesn't give a fuck about the music.
A new star emerging often sparks hostility within that delicate ecosystem of female rap. She even got love from one of the biggest women of the game too in Megan Thee Stallion.
I see Doechii. I love Doechii. I do want to do a song with Doechii. That is on my list. That's on my album wish list.
With that, Doechii had gone from a prospect for the future to a genuine contender for one of the biggest artists of the year. And immediately, this rang alarm bells for some, with the word industry plant suddenly being brought into the discussion around her name for the first time. But she tried to take it in her stride. Once you got any conspiracies around your career, that's just confirmation that I'm going somewhere, and I'm doing something right. When people aren't familiar with the history of an artist these days, they get suspicious. I'm pretty detached emotionally from it because I understand where it's coming from. As for her fans, they got frustrated by the idea that her rise was inorganic. rather than a case of everything finally clicking. Suddenly, an artist who was revered on the underground was now met with controversy after some felt she ascended to the top a little too quickly. And if she was hoping for that to die down, what was to come was only about to make it a whole lot worse. As the news broke that she received a Grammy nomination, Doechii was ecstatic, even if she acknowledged that her label mate Schoolboy Q had been snubbed.
Who you know getting nominated
Nigga
off
says
the mix?
snubs. Who the fuck listens to a Schoolboy Q, nigga? Who the fuck? Like, no one cares, bro. This is talks against fucking losers. Schoolboy. Yo, if you're talking about rap and you mentioning Doechii and niggas like Schoolboy Q, yeah, bro, it's over. Niggas be mentioning Schoolboy Q, Doechii, and Machine Gun Kelly. Yeah, bro, it's over, bro.
Dave, how does it feel right now?
It feels incredible. Honestly, it feels, I'm having sort of a deja vu. I feel like I've been here before. I feel like I've received this before. So I feel aligned.
I was so happy for you, but so disappointed for my guy Schoolboy Q that Blue Lips wasn't on there. Like, do you think that should have been nominated at some point?
100%. I think that Q definitely, the quality of his project, he deserved that spot as well. And I think that we both have very strong projects.
And as we know by now, she not only got the nod from the Academy, but received the award as well. For context, Doechii's mixtape became only the second ever to win a Grammy, and she's now the only woman besides Cardi B to win Best Rap Album, beating out
Cardi B ain't deserved that shit either.
Like Nicki Minaj, J. Cole, Travis Scott, and Snoop Dogg, who've never done it. But for a moment, none of that mattered, with her fans rejoicing over how far she'd come from those old clips of her journey to now. As someone who is struggling as an artist right now, it's really refreshing and comforting to see her old videos still up on YouTube. Nigga. Most artists or labels would have had those videos taken offline, and you don't get to see the years and years of struggle prior to their breakthrough moment. But all of this praise came at a price, as when she followed up the Grammy win by being crowned Billboard Woman of the Year, her detractors were convinced something was going on. This meant that what was supposed to be a celebratory moment had Doechii using her speech to combat the industry plant allegations.
And I want everybody to hear me clearly when I say that it is not a button, it is our brains. It is not a machine, it is our leadership. It is not a conspiracy, it is our vulnerability. And it is not an agenda, it's God. And while I may be the one front and center who's rapping and singing and performing, I am not doing this alone. There are brilliant, savvy women on my personal and label team standing alongside me.
But not everyone was convinced, and soon, even high-profile individuals in the game were about to let her know that they weren't buying what she was selling. Most notably, Kanye West.
Who is Doechii? Is how you say her name, Doechii? That's an industry plant too. That's what I'm saying, because as soon as Doechii...
Alongside Ye,
if Kanye say it, bro, one thing I had to learn the hard way, but something that you gonna understand eventually if you don't agree with this right now, is Kanye is not a liar, bro. Kanye could be a lot of things, but one thing he's not is a liar. I'm telling you, Kanye's not a liar, bro. Talk to him, Ye. Yeah, nigga.
That's an industry plant too. That's what I'm saying, because as soon as Doechii...
Alongside Ye's skepticism, the always controversial Azealia Banks then got involved. Back in the day, these two actually seemed to be on good terms, with Doechii even trying to tap Azealia for a remix of Crazy after its release. But once Doechii obtained her global fame, Azealia wasn't having it, claiming that all of the fame she received was part of a larger agenda that had nothing to do with music. After a fan asked her to agree that Doechii is one of the hardest rappers out, Azealia went off. Absolutely not. Everybody has convinced themselves she's good because she's dark-skinned. And if you tell the truth and admit she's boring, you're automatically a colorist or whatever. Honestly, all these sympathy accolades she's getting could have gone to Asia.
What the fuck? Okay, now damn, nigga is talking about some hyperpigmentation around her. Like, damn, bitch. What the fuck? Alright, I ain't saying all that. I'm just saying she trash. Damn, bitch. What the fuck?
But rather than back down, Doechii flamed her, pointing out the many ways in which she triumphed where Banks had fallen down. Your brain is fried from meds. You're damn near immobile from the shots. Don't hurt yourself. You gossip about black artists to stay relevant, and it's sad. You definitely are an issue. You're only one post away from the psych ward. Stop it. Your diagnosis is wasted talent. I bowed down, kissed the ring, but Jamie. I hate to do you like this, but you're not finna bully me out my lane. I've done in 2 years of signing what you couldn't do in your career. Yet, while Doechii was more than within her rights to defend herself in this situation, there were other incidents and controversies which helped to warp the public opinion of her in some fans' eyes, which also could have been entirely avoidable. For one, there was this comment about straight men during an episode of Truth or Dab, which had the internet in an uproar.
What's my biggest
Dating red flag. This is a huge red flag for me. All right.
You know what's so crazy? I was gonna say men. I was gonna say men.
Either the label telling her, yo, what the are you dead ass? Bro, what's the point of this clip, bro? Either the label, like, alright, you need to bring some controversy, or she dead ass is just like, she's just like this. Why is a straight man a red flag? At first, I was gonna be like, oh, okay, it's just her preference. But then I stopped and realized, wait, if you're a straight man, that's a bad thing to her. What? That makes no fucking sense. I'm a red flag because I don't want to suck dick and take dick and balls. What? I like butt, I like pussy, I like titties. I don't like dick.
Strike one. You're a man. Yeah. And you're heterosexual. Yeah.
Naturally, many people feel like the public overreacted over what was likely a playful jibe. However, others suggested that based on footage of her with men from the past, it was her own decision making that questionable.
Exactly. Show the clip.
But noted Doechii supporter Joe Budden
show the clip. You should show the clip, but I'll show the clip. I already showed
that the issue he had with the situation ultimately came down to it being a poor business move. Because whether Doechii likes it or not, men are ultimately still a powerful demographic in hip-hop. And thus, it was a misfire.
If Doechii is fluid, which she is, to my knowledge, she don't date straight men. So if you're asking somebody what is a red flag in the people that you date, and you respond with people that you don't date, then what is the point of that other than to be divisive and to offend? Mark and people speak a lot about representation and how it's important to be represented in certain spaces. So when we have Doechii up here, and when we see Doechii getting these awards, and when we see her winning, like, straight black men feel represented also. They can identify with that.
It's the first time I'm agreeing with Joe Budden, but he's right though, man. I mean, look, let's say, cause look, she fucking hates straight men, a red flag. What if, okay, let's say all the men on earth died and it was just girls, then how much is Doechii actually selling? Nigga, she's actually selling 2. She not even, I don't think she's selling more than 10. Nigga, what the fuck? Like, be real, bro.
There's no reason to pinpoint anybody who not only you're representing, but who's carrying the baton for you.
So you feel
and
like,
say, red flag, danger.
Then, there were the issues arising from her apparent diva tendencies. During her first appearance at the worldwide phenomenon that is the Met Gala, backstage footage revealed that Doechii was going off on her team for not assisting her getting ready in the way that she saw fit.
Give me another, no, stop. Give me another umbrella, now. Another one, right there, and another low. I need another one. Another umbrella. Excuse me.
I mean, I don't care about this. I feel like every celebrity, they get to a certain point, they start being like dickheads. I don't give a fuck, man. I mean, like, I don't care about this. I made this vid. I'm reacting to this shit because the music is trash.
Hold your umbrellas and do not let that. I will not.
Immediately, this was cause for a whole lot of online discourse, with fans feeling a way about how she spoke to them. People excusing this just because she was stressed are failing to notice that the workers are also probably stressed as fuck. Doing all that just to show up looking like a member of the Jackson 5. With this incident showing her in a new, unflattering light to even those who support her, Doechii tried to downplay the whole thing. However, she notably never apologized. And for a lot of people, this attempt to make light of it only worsened.
Yeah, that's the thing, bro. Like, it's okay to apologize. Apologizing makes you look more mature. Apologizing makes you look a little more cooler than you just trying to do some shit like this, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, bro. Because, like, okay, this is the bigger man. You get more respect. But nah. You don't like niggas. And you don't like being a grown-ass woman either. You don't like taking accountability. You know what I'm saying?
Things. As if this wasn't already enough to contend with, the next barrier she encountered on her quest to mainstream appearance came in the form of accusations of plagiarism. Recently, a guest appearance on K-pop star Jennie's track Extra led to claims that she was jacking Nicki Minaj's flow. Although she has always acknowledged that the leader of the Barbs was essentially the reason she wanted to pick up the mic in the first place.
I wrote my first song when I was in the 6th grade. I knew this girl who was a huge Nicki Minaj fan, and at this time I was really Christian and I believed that Nicki Minaj was a part of the Illuminati. I was really against her, but she put me on to Nicki Minaj and I was immediately hooked and wanted to start a group. I wanted to rap, so I wrote my first song and we did it at a talent show and we won.
In truth, some fans believe that she was using those influences to define her own wave, but others weren't exactly sold. Inspiration versus copying on every song is not the same thing.
9 Vicious.
You're absolutely right. Doechii said that Nicki Minaj is the reason where she started rapping, but there's a big difference between inspiration and imitation. Doechii blatantly copies Nicki and has no originality whatsoever. And sure enough, this accusation occurred again after her appearance on The Weeknd's remix for Timeless.
Timeless remix.
Oh my god. You know how mad I was when this shit dropped? And I was saying Cardi did not green like this, man. It definitely was The Weeknd's trash ass, this ugly ass fucking face ass nigga, bro. Cardi did not green like this shit, man. The fuck this shit ass.
It's The Weeknd? What the f? Oh yeah, she an industry plant 100%. And it's on The Weeknd's official page. This confirms she's 100% a plant.
Hold on. Please take a look at this old ass nigga.
What the f? Oh yeah, she an industry plant 100%. And it's on The Weeknd's official page. This confirms she's 100% a plant. Biting the f out of Nicki Minaj delivery and flow too.
Speaking of which, this was...
Yo, low tier gotta like start family, bro. I don't think he can, for real. It might be just too late. He just gotta give it up, bro.
Another move that has likely contributed to the Doechii hate train, and it's steadily increasing momentum as of late. For one thing, it wasn't good for the optics surrounding industry plant allegations to have been shoehorned into a track with 2 big artists after the fact.
There's so many places and areas in music you can go where you don't know about Doechii's presence. But it was aggressive in this instance, in this context, because she's now attached to a song that I don't know how far Timeless ended up going. My whole point is, not only is it on The Weeknd, it's with Playboy Cardi. This is not like they asked me to be on the song. This is how the f did you like Polar Bear in Atlanta type shit again?
Beyond that, the feature just didn't feel organic. Instead, it came off as something approved by label committees and not the artists themselves.
I put my son in some Rick. Gonna get up the hit. We don't need you, Doechii.
And then you throw yourself into the public eye to this extent, attached to 2 megastars. Now your visibility as like where it was before, now it's at 100 million. Industry plant allegations are gonna go more insane now. I think it would just be fine if she dropped another single by herself, which to me, like, it just makes the most sense.
Some fans also felt that her team didn't know who they were targeting, and that her collab choices made things even worse. Of all the Weeknd songs to remix, they picked the one with Cardi.
Are you retarded? Okay. I was gonna spaz on you, but I get what you're trying to say. But still, it's fuck you. But whatever, nigga, fuck you.
Vibe fits more with Doja, Tyler, or Kendrick. Not Future or Thug. This just felt forced and aimed at the wrong crowd. All in all, it feeds into the idea that TDE is desperate to crown a new superstar to fit the void left by Kendrick Lamar. And now, people feel like Doechii is being forced onto the public. So much so that it's causing a wave of backlash. But if there's one move that really fueled the hate that Doechii's facing right now, it's the release of her song Anxiety.
That shit was so trash, man. I'm about to end it. If you didn't listen to Anxiety, bro, listen to the whole song. Challenge. Oh my god, that's a vid idea. Listen to Doechii Challenge. Oh my god, $50. Bro, I'm a fucking genius. Trying to listen to Doechii for 24 hours challenge. And then Star Impossible. Oh my god.
And Kimbra's Somebody That I Used to Know, and wasn't even cleared for official release at first. After her fans rediscovered it, the song was greenlit and eventually peaked at number 9 on the charts. With the track being literally everywhere, it should have been a moment of celebration. But instead, it exposed her to more hatred than ever before, leading some people such as Kai Cenat to crash out over how unreasonable they believed it to be.
Y'all don't like Doechii? Or y'all don't like the song? Or y'all don't like both? Like, I'm trying to understand.
Nigga, all of the above.
Not because he's chopped, bro. Not because he's chopped, bro. It said she's chopped, bro. What are you even saying? Oh, because she's chopped? What the f are you saying? She's not even, like, what?
Meanwhile, other streamers like XQC fully leaned into the disgust which she was getting these days.
I don't like her music. It's the problem. I mean, I'm sure she's a good person. I'm sure she does good stuff. I think it's fucking dog shit.
But it's fair to say that no one went harder than Aiden Ross, who had been sitting on a mounting dislike of her until eventually exploding.
Oh, Doechii rant? Oh, dude, don't get me started on that. Don't get me started on that industry plant. You guys can say shit, whatever you want about me, but one thing about me is I'm not an industry plant. I've been streaming for like a lot.
I mean, yeah, but like at the same time, you got the ties. You got the ties. I don't know if I could talk about it on YouTube. And it's no disrespect. I don't have a problem with the Jays, you know? The Jays got the ties, though, so can you really even
time now? Fuck Doechii, the umbrella clip pissed me off. What an entitled, unintelligent piece of shit she is, bro.
Damn.
Stop listening to her music. Cardi and Abel, why would you give her a feature on a remix?
Cardi did not give her that
She's
shit,
just
bro.
the worst. She's a piece of shit. She
Cardi
stole someone like that I used to know. She makes no good music. She's horrible. She has zero talent.
And in this instance, things clearly got out of hand for TDE, with Doechii clapping back on Instagram and Punch clapping back at Aiden to let him know that he shouldn't be saying things recklessly unless he was willing to suffer for it. These internet guys are really going far. It's the difference between entertainment and being
Why do these niggas think people are just gonna go on stream as mega entertainers? Because again, streamers are the most important people on the internet right now. They're more important than everybody. Because again, if a streamer doesn't react to a nigga album, the fans are not gonna care. Like Kai said that, he's pretty fucking important. Streamers are the most important people on the internet right now, right? So why would people get on stream and just sit here and just lie for you? The music is trash, the music is trash. Punch TDE, who the fuck is this? You should know the music's trash, nigga.
disrespectful. I understand it's certain people's brands to say things they say, but it's going to go somewhere else. Eventually, everyone will see each other. No threats. Let's just keep it cool and respectful. And now, after aiming at someone that the industry reveres, Aiden claims he has faced the consequences of his actions through his pockets.
Oh my God, I'm so mad, Ak. My PR was finally getting better. I had 2 deals lined up. People lost both my deals, on God.
They f***ed up DDG shit yesterday, didn't they?
Yes, bro. They f***ed up my shit, his shit. Like
industry plan shit.
I
can't even say Doechii trash no more. You lose deals. I mean, this nigga Aiden he don't need that shit. Aiden, let me hold $1 million.
I had deal too. I was gonna do. Like, it's not even about the money. It's just because like I want to do it. Cause it's like, damn, it was a big ad. It was a big deal. So it's like. But yeah, bro. I mean, that's just the way it is, bro. That's the reality of how the world works. I mean, you know how it is, bro.
Yo, I think Kai is the only streamer clean enough to like really be aligned with brands.
Then there's the concerns brought
Because
up.
Kai's a fucking like this nigga. He's gonna sit there on stream and lie, saying the song is good, whether the rapper is right next to him or not. He's gonna sit there and lie, nigga. Like it doesn't. We don't care about Kai's opinion as regular niggas because we know Kai is lying 80% of the time.
As while the song may not be everyone's taste, its success may cause an obstacle in itself. Because if she's not careful, it might leave her pigeonholed in this lane by audiences, or her label might pressure her to continue in this lane.
I do have at least a few concerns about Doechii's career and this song moving forward from here, because the track is getting so popular and gaining so much viral spread, and clearly her and the label are leaning into that with the release of this latest music video. But yeah, I'm kind of afraid of 2 things. Doechii has so much potential from here, and she's still gaining exposure and new fans, and I'm afraid that the hate behind this track, which, I mean, it's very loud and very annoying, there are people who are going to be turned off to her and her music entirely from here forward just because of this one fucking song.
Despite the fact that she's technically—
Don't drop bad music. Come on, bro. This sucks because she's actually extremely talented. Look at this nigga's profile picture. Niggas be trying to hit, bro.
No, I'm not a shooter, but I'm still as real as it can get. I just brought a 50 shot, so at least one of them gon' hit. I was down and I was out, I didn't have a pot to piss.